Hello again, it's Sarah, and today our topic is all-in-one nappies.
That's it, she's brought along her guest speaker, just to make things look a little bit nicer, of course.
Yes, my beautiful assistant. So yes, we have a few all-in-one nappies, and I guess the main thing to ask when we talk about all-in-ones is what is an all-in-one nappy? What do we mean by that? What do we call them? And Sean, you were just picking this one up, so I'll follow your lead.
It was, yeah, and I'm always asking what all-in-ones are, and Sarah's always having to teach me, but basically the concept is it is everything in one. So you have obviously the nappy, obviously the wrap, and then the insert part as well, which the advantage is it's just simple. You can grab it, pop it on the baby, and off you go. It's all just in one piece. There's no confusing things. So in the middle of the night, you know, if you're like me and you forget what works with what in terms of the inserts and bamboo and hemp and all of that, because I'm always getting asked, what did you put in the baby's nappy? And I'm always going, it was white. That's about all I know. Whereas these, you can literally just grab, slap on baby, and you're good to go, which is really handy.
Yeah. And so this is a Tot Spots Easy Fit Star nappy. So with this one, although it does have the insert built in, you also have the option of adding extra absorption if you want to. So you can put in those hemp inserts if you want to, and we quite often do, but you're not always aware.
That's true, yes. So a lot of the time they're in there, but I forget.
Yeah, and we do quite like that one, and we've also used the Bambino Mayo quite a lot as well. I mean, one of the things that we found is that the Tot Spots one obviously has a bamboo inside, and that can take a bit longer to dry, for instance. We quite like the Bambino Mayo because it's more microfiber based, and basically it means that it dries more quickly, but also again you've got a pocket so you can add more absorbency, and actually they do some cute designs, so this is only a plain one, so it also appeals to the little ones, and it makes it easier because this is basically just the insert that's going right out like that, and you just put your hand in the little pocket and you push in like that. And there you have it. It's then set up, and you can add extra boosters if you want to. So again, all of the all-in-ones we have here today, they're all birth to potty, so you can see by the poppers you can make them smaller, and then that grows with baby. Although one thing that I have found personally from using the Bambino Mio ones is that they don't go small enough for our youngest just yet. To me, they feel a little bit too gapey on her at the moment, but they work on our toddler. I'd say ones like the Thumb Genius and the Apple Cheeks are better in that respect, because they seem to just go that little bit further, and they go into smaller size. They seem to have better fit around the gussets, so those are just our personal experiences, aren't they, really?
Yeah, definitely. It comes in handy, obviously. If you're wondering what the squawking is, by the way, it's not a parrot and it's not a bird that's flown in, it's our 2-month-old, and she's very vocal and won't go to sleep. But yeah, they're really handy in the fact that you can drop them down to the size, so that way you can slap them onto a much smaller child, which is really handy. I would say probably one disadvantage, I guess, if you're looking long-term use, obviously you've got everything that is all in one, which is really handy. But unlike other nappies, as the inserts maybe start to lose some absorbency, or they start to just get soiled, because you know what, children are just dirty and they like to make a big mess. So you then don't have the option of just replacing the insert, whereas with other types of nappies and disposables, you've always got the option, as those inserts become less useful or less clean, you can get rid of them, replace them with new inserts, which are really handy. So in terms of that, the longevity of something like this might not be quite as long as another type of nappy that you might get as well.
And equally, one thing I would add in there is obviously it takes longer to dry, because in this one it is attached. With the smart bottoms, funnily enough, you could technically class it as an all-in-two, because with the insert inside the smart bottoms, this is a dream diaper. You can pull it in and out. So you could class it as an all-in-two, but it does also get marketed as an all-in-one. So that's handy because it means you can take the insert out and you can replace it, you can buy replacements. But one thing I'll say in terms of the washing routine as well is when you want a really good clean, I for instance will sometimes want to clean the inserts at a higher temperature in the washing machine, or even put them in a dryer on a lower setting to help them dry more quickly. Because of the waterproof outside part of the PUL, you can't really separate it, so you risk in terms of exposing the outer shell to higher temperatures that you might cause it to delaminate, it might lose some of the waterproof quality. So if one part of the nappy fails, essentially the whole nappy will fail. So in that sense, pockets and and all-in-twos can be your friend because you have the option for replacing parts. It's less costly, and all-in-ones tend to be a bit more expensive because you're paying for the convenience. Having said that, there's something just quite refreshing about just chucking it straight in the bucket, chucking it straight in the wash, and knowing that you don't have to faff around with it to get it to be what you want it to be. So yes, once you've done the washing routine, I mean, that obviously in itself means that you're exposing all of the nappy to that wash routine, which can decrease longevity. You've also got the fact of not being able to hang and air the inserts separately to make it, you know, dry that bit quicker. But I think there is just something really nice, like I say, about having the convenience of an all-in-one, it being straightforward, the parts all staying together, that just, especially if you're in a position where you've got childcare, say like your child's going to grandparents or whatever for the day, and or someone who may not be as, you know, familiar with reusable nappies. They're just easy.
Yeah, definitely good for beginners as well. So when you're first starting out, it can be very daunting thinking about all the different types of inserts and different types of nappies and everything that go with it. These are just so convenient, so easy to use. You just pick one up and you're ready to go. So like Sarah said, if you're sending your child somewhere else and they're not going to be familiar with it, or if you're just getting started yourself, they can be a great entry into the disposable diaper or nappies.
Yeah, absolutely. And so yeah, I've certainly find in terms of although it doesn't take that long to stuff pockets, there can be something nice about knowing that you don't have to with these, and although you can customise them to add absorbency and make them more akin to how you want them to be, there's just something very nice about not having to worry about setting up the nappy and preparing things.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm just trying to think really which our favourites are. I mean, I know in terms of some of the ones that we've found, we've used the Bum Genius Elemental, the Bum Genius Freestyle, we've used the Smart Bottoms Dream Diaper 2, we've got the Blueberry Simplex, we have the Bambino, I don't know if it's Mayo or Mio, I always say it the wrong way I think, but either way, I hope people know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, it's been good. I mean, I think also the Smart Bottoms ones, they're good as well, aren't they?
So yeah, we haven't really had a bad one yet, so you know, if we do, then we'll be sure to let you know. But out of the mix, they're all really good. They seem more reliable. They've definitely held in the poop and the wee, which is always amazing, because yeah, don't want that going all over the place. But for the most part, pretty much all the brands have done a really good job. They've all been reliable, good quality, so no complaints here.
Yeah, and I think what you find is dependent on the size of baby and the shape of baby, different ones will work for you in different ways. So yeah, we certainly find it with our little boy and our little girl that they fit differently, don't they? There's certain nappies and certain styles that might suit one child better than the other. Because I think, you know, including like different stages, for instance, the wetting will be different for each child, the soiling will be different. So we know that, say, with our littlest, because she is breastfed and has really runny poos and she's not on solids yet, that containment is a really key thing for us. So for her, we'll look at something that's going to fit really well around the legs. So that those ones that I've spoken about tend to fit that little bit more snugly, I'd say. The ones that tend to just have that need to fit, like I do quite like the apple cheeks on her, and the Bum Genius ones seem to fit well on her as well as fitting well on our eldest. But having said that, I think we do really like the Bambino ones, don't we? And we do like the top spots. They just possibly aren't quite as snug.
No, it certainly work better on our eldest instead. But yeah, I think kind of in summary, like we said, for convenience, for beginners, the all-in-ones are really, really handy. For example, Sarah's a master when it comes to all these nappies, all the different inserts, whereas half the time it goes over my head or I just don't pay attention. Don't hold that against me. But yeah, so for me, they're really handy. I can just pick them up and they're ready to go. They can be left out and they're ready to go, and there's not really too much thought that needs to go into it. When you're a parent, you're already busy and you're thinking about 1,000,001 different things, so this can be an absolute lifesaver. But then the throwback is the fact that you can't wash them quite as nicely depending on the heat levels that you're using, and also the longevity of it. So it's certainly worthwhile taking into consideration if you look at these.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, our experience is that whether you're using pockets, all-in-ones, all-in-twos, there is no one size fits all. It's about what works for you and your baby. I'd say in a lot of respects, many of these nappies, they can still be, say, pocket nappies as well, and some of them, like you say, that boundary between them being all-in-ones and all-in-twos can be blurred, because, like say, the Smart Bottoms, where you can choose to take the insert in and out, so in that sense you could say it's more an all-in-two. it isn't rocket science. It still goes back to that very same principle. You need a nappy that has a good waterproof outer shell, and you need good absorbency inside. And just the difference with all-in-ones compared with pockets and all-in-twos is that it's all done for you and it's prepared. And some people may like that if they get on a particular nappy style, particular material, particular absorbency. Some people may find that certain materials, certain fits don't work for them, but a lot of the all-in-ones do still allow you to tweak that and make the nappies more custom to your particular style. Like it, even like with a simplex, for instance, there's space to put more inserts in. Say with the apple cheeks, and this is also similar to the Elemental Bum Genius. You have this part which is say attached, and there are naps to like say turn them inside out to get them to dry quicker on the line or whatever. But the thing with is that because the insert is shaped like that, it also gives you the option to say put a booster underneath or a liner on top. So yeah, you can just do what works for you.
Yeah, definitely. So again, like we said, it's not a one size fits all. It's great for beginners and great if you're sending your children off elsewhere, so it's certainly worthwhile considering. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we've got for you this week. If you've got any questions or comments, be sure to fire them across to us either on the Facebook group or in the comments below, and hit the like and subscribe button as well, because it just helps us grow the channel. So thank you very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you next week. Ta-ra for now.